Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. I've got a check-in video for you. You get to look at my ugly mug once again, this time with a green background. We'll talk about that in just a second. Quick summary of the video. Number one, I found a part-time job and schedule is getting adjusted ever so slightly. Number two, YouTube page has been reconstructed. Number three, there is a 3 versus 3 tournament this weekend. Rowie is hosting that one up on FAF, and I am going to be doing live coverage of it, hopefully with a co-caster if I can find someone. If not, it will just be yours truly, and that is basically the quick summary of this video. So details. I got a job as a maintenance person for a tour boat near Tampa Bay. And what's entailed is basically 3 hours of work 5 to 6 days a week, which is perfect for someone who needs a schedule like I do. And I am exempt from working Saturdays, which is absolutely brilliant as far as I'm concerned. I can go in and work 3 hours, earn that little bit of extra money that I need to make ends meet, keep my head above water. And then after that, I am free to come back, work on YouTube stuff, stream in the afternoon, and then go to bed and do it all again. The bad thing about it is that I got this job in the middle of the maintenance period for the company. So for this week and then half of next week, I'm actually working about 6 hours a day, which is what has kind of cut down my schedule to a certain degree, where you're not seeing all the stuff happening on YouTube that you normally see. I'm having to put a lot more hours into that for another week. Actually, yeah, a week exactly, because they're shooting for going back to regular touring schedule on Thursday of next week. After that, I should be able to go back to life as normal and everything will work out okay. So, about the YouTube channel, I mentioned that I had restructured everything. I need to preface this with a little bit of an explanation and a call for some commentary. If you guys could drop down to the comment section and let me know what you think about what I am about to say, that would be fantastic. Two slight little problems that I'm running into, and part of it is not really knowing what to do, and part of it is needing to do a couple of things and just not sure exactly how to approach it. A problem with doing things online in general is that positive, specific feedback is very hard to come by. Negative feedback can be found in abundance, but pretty much the only, if I change something, I very rarely hear, "Oh, Brink, you changed this one thing in this video. I love that. Can you do this in other places?" And I think the only exception to that is whenever I play TVG mod, there is a horde that hits the comments and wants more Path of Veterancy, which eventually I will get back to, but I can't do that all the time. So I need some feedback on what's going on in the channel and what I'm about to talk about. And the other problem is that with any gaming video, there's a little bit of a dichotomy in the viewership, because some people like to see very clearly presented, concise, edited videos where they have an exact experience that they want, and then they can go to a channel, click on any video, and they know what to expect, and they get that experience, they know what's coming. And then the other type of viewer are people who want to have the experience. So it doesn't matter if that game is 30 minutes long or 2 hours long, and it doesn't matter if it's a fantastic, amazing game with bombastic action the whole way through, or if it's just a bunch of guys together having a fun time and somebody disconnects at the end. It's more of a streaming experience, and people like to just have that whole long thing to see and would actually prefer that nothing be edited out. And I don't know how much of the community lies in the middle of that and how much is at one end or the other, which is kind of what I want to hear. So I am going to switch over here and show you what I have done, and then talk a little bit about what is going to happen going forward. So this is the YouTube page. Basically, I broke things down into 3 playlists. If you're the type of person who wants to see casts and you only want to see casts, there is a playlist called Brink Cast Stuff, and it is at the top. And this is just literally only going to contain casts that have been done by me or by me and someone else, and there's no play along, nothing. This is unaffected by anything else that goes on in the channel. So if you just want to monitor this one playlist and watch it, that is completely up to you. The next one is everything else to do with Supreme Commander. Up until a couple of days ago, I had been porting every game that I played on stream over here. I had snipped it out of the stream And whether it was if it was a really crappy game, I wouldn't put it in here, but I was posting pretty much everything that was like a mid-tier game and better. And what I'm going to do going forward, and again, this is pending the feedback that I get, what I'm going to do going forward is clip out and edit the best games that happen on stream. So if there's good stuff happening, if it's a solid competitive game, if something really funny is going on, or it's a team game or something like that, that will end up here. And these two playlists are set up using recorded footage. So it's not a stream export. This is going to be full 1080p at high bitrate, good quality video in both of these playlists. The third playlist is just Brink Play stuff. And I am just going to start exporting my stream VODs here. So if you want to see Mushroom Wars campaign is going to be up in a couple of days. There's right now this this stream from Supreme Commander and then a PUBG stream. If you want to watch the streams and see all of that kind of stuff, hop, skip, and jump through, by all means, hit that up. And usually when people are watching and they see something funny happen, they post in the comments about it. And if you're looking for specific highlights, you can kind of click through there. It'd be awesome if you want to timestamp stuff that happens in the middle of that. But I am just going to post the whole thing because I think the impression that I'm getting is that quite a few people would prefer a more select group of content that's presented a little more professionally and not have just a continuous stream of stuff. So people who want to have all of the streams and everything, all that content's going to be there intact. You don't have to go to Twitch for it. People who want specific things, these two playlists are for you. And then I'm going to try to get back into soon doing some of this tutorial work. I need to stop highlighting because that blue is, that does not go very well. Anything that I'm doing, reviews, other stuff is going to be in this playlist right here. And then random things. And then at the top of the page, whatever is coming through on the channel is just gonna be up there. And I'm gonna try to go ahead and get some somewhat unified thumbnails going on as well, if I can get that set up so that things are a little bit easier to recognize. And I hope that those changes will address most of the things. I've gotten a few comments recently. Again, it's hard to get it is hard to get specific positive feedback, and a lot of people give negative feedback when things are going wrong. And I've gotten a couple of comments recently and several messages where people were starting to feel like it was quantity over quality. And one guy even mentioned that it's playing to the YouTube algorithm instead of what people actually want to see. I wouldn't go that far, because posting things that people aren't watching actually hurts you in YouTube algorithm. If you're posting one video a day and everybody watches that one video, that means you have a really high turnover rate and YouTube recommends your stuff. But if you're posting 2 or 3 videos a day and people only watch one, YouTube looks at it as, well, people are only watching 30% of your stuff, so it must not be that great, and it gets kind of knocked down on the recommendation tiers. So I don't think that's an entirely accurate viewpoint. I think I got a little carried away with how much stuff I was posting, but it was coming from a place where I wanted to dive as deeply as I possibly could into a variety of RTSs, some that I had played before, some that I hadn't played before, because I'd always approached this from a casual aspect, and I had some gaps in my knowledge. I'm sure I still do. I know I still do. And I'm sure some of that was a little excruciating to watch, where probably you see things that are readily apparent and I just don't see it because I haven't encountered it before. But I feel like I'm closing in some of those gaps in knowledge, and the practice that I've had over the last 2 or 3 weeks has greatly increased my ability to just dive in and play something, which is awesome from my point of view because it lets me have more fun, and hopefully it is a little less cringy for you. So that is pretty much what I had for that announcement. To sum it up, I'm backing off of the 2 to 3 videos a day that I was doing, and I'm, for at least the next couple of weeks while I'm finishing up things with the part-time job till the hours settle and everything else goes on, very select content that is mostly Supreme Commander will be posted to the channel in those 2 playlists, and then the VODs are going to go up. Streaming is going to carry on as it normally does. And then this weekend, this is actually an explanation about the green screen behind me. I am doing the 3v3 tournament, the Three Musketeers tournament on FAF, and I'm hoping that I can introduce some of the new tools that I have. I got a little bit of lighting, I got the green screen, and I'm hoping to set up a sports desk type scenario where instead of relying on desktops between games or trying to queue things up, I'll have transitions in place with graphics and then be able to do more professional grade intros and outros for things and chat during the interim between the tournament games. So I'm hoping that that will turn out well. I think that I can get it done before Saturday, but it's kind of pressing for time as tomorrow is Friday. I'm actually recording this quite late in the evening. And yeah, it's going to be a little tight, but I'm hoping I can roll that out. And if not, I will get it into the casts that are coming for the following week. So yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to the team setup because team tournaments can turn into relatively interesting situations pretty quickly. And it's not so much, sometimes with the 1 versus 1 tournaments, you end up with a lot of trash matches where higher tier players are just knocking out people who are not at the same skill level. And then you end up with a handful of good matches at the end in most cases. And I'm thinking that because of the way that the skill caps are set up for this one and all of the people who are competing, we should get a lot of really good matches out of this tournament. Hoping I can cast some good ones, not click on the wrong things. All right, that is going to wrap this one up. Next check-in video, I am going to do a little bit of a tour of my hardware and software setup. I've had a lot of people asking me about that recently, and I tried to get it set up today, and I just was not able to get everything to work out where I could get it all in one video. So once I get everything complete, all of my stuff, cable management done, and the green screen set up with the graphics, and I can finish all the transitions and show that, I will show exactly what I'm using, hardware and software, and how it all works. So hopefully we can reference that from here on out in the future, and people can see exactly what is going on and have their questions answered. Alrighty guys, Windows notification. That's a scary thing to pop up while you're recording. I am just gonna get out of here. I greatly appreciate you guys being patient with me as things in life get sorted. Thank you very much for your continued support. There are quite a few people that have signed up for the Patreon. They've subscribed on Twitch. They've done various forms of support in tons of different locations. If you want to get into any of those, check out the last check-in video or just go to the links down in the description. They're all listed down there. Huge amounts of appreciation to them. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.